Have you ever thought about getting paid just for walking around your city? Most people think making money requires an office or a boss or some kind of complicated online business. But what if I could tell you you could make real money simply by showing people around the places that you already know while getting your steps in at the same time? Today, you're going to meet somebody who's been doing exactly that for years. My name's Jason Moffat, and lately I've been fascinated with a simple idea that almost nobody talks about: walking. We all do it every day. But what if walking could actually become a business? And not in some gimmicky, get rich quick kind of way, but in a real, practical way where you share places that you love to people who are excited to also see them. And that's why I wanted to talk with my friend Kevin Riley. Kevin has been living in Osaka, Japan for almost 30 years now, and for a big part of that time he's been making a living showing people around the city. He shows them temples and neighborhoods and food spots and hidden places tourists would never find on their own. And he's done hundreds and hundreds of tours. I think said he was close to 1,000 tours now. And in this conversation, we're going to talk about how he accidentally got into the tour business, how it actually works behind the scenes, and what kind of money can people make doing it, and some of the unexpected things that happen when you're responsible for a group of travelers wandering around a foreign city. There's even a funny story about losing a tourist at an outlet mall that nearly caused a cruise ship to leave without them. But what really fascinated me is how simple the whole concept is. Kevin basically gets paid to walk. And it got me thinking, if someone can do that in Osaka, Japan, could people do something similar in their own towns? Could you create food tours and history tours, nature walks, pub crawls, or cultural experiences and turn something as simple as walking into a lifestyle and an income stream? That's exactly the kind of idea we're exploring inside the Walk Profits community right now. So if you ever wondered whether it's possible to make money just by sharing your city, meeting interesting people, and getting your steps in at the same time, I think you're really going to enjoy this conversation with Kevin. Let's jump into the chat with Kevin O'Reilly from Osaka, Japan. Hey everybody, Jason Moffat here, and I got a good friend of mine, Kevin Riley, on the streets of Osaka, Japan. How you doing, buddy?
I'm actually I'm at a little shrine right now. This is my neighborhood shrine.
Very cool. Dude, I'm like on Google Maps right now, just traveling on Street View, and like I can't even find a piece of litter in your town anywhere. What's the deal?
No, no, it's super clean here.
It
Um,
look it looks amazing.
yeah. No, what you do, you get shopkeepers going out every morning and cleaning around their shops in the neighborhood area. We have a religious group that goes out and cleans in my neighborhood sometimes. Local neighborhood groups do that. It's just it's super clean. I mean, there might be the occasional cigarette butt sometimes in the morning. That's about it.
It's relatively safe too, isn't it?
Oh, yeah, very safe.
I mean, I'm like trying to find ghettos and areas and stuff, and it's like I can't even seem to find it.
Well, I mean, there's an area down south. When I first moved here, I used to live in the second worst area of Osaka, adjacent to the worst area of Osaka. And I used to hang out there on my Sundays, and all my buddies here were worried about me. I'm like, dude, I'm the biggest guy down there. And, really, I mean, when you've been from another country, it was not a bad area.
Yeah. Yeah, like, dude, I used to hang out in East Oakland. Come on.
Like, yeah, I've been to San Francisco. I just got knifed down there. It's like, hey, up here, nah, you never get.
Yeah. So, dude, we know each other for almost 20 years now.
Yeah, yeah.
Um, from another world, from the internet marketing world, Warrior Forum days. And, I recently started this project, Walk Profits, teaching people how to get paid for their steps. And all of a sudden I remembered, oh my gosh, Kevin does tours in Osaka and a couple other towns nearby What's your website is osakadaytours.com if you want to check them out. And dude, I'd love to, I don't want to say pick your brain because I don't like it when people like to pick my brain, but I would love to just ask you questions about what made you start doing this? How's it going? Would you recommend people do this in their town? I just want to know the scoop.
I think if you're a people person, yeah, yeah. I mean, it's a lot of fun. I meet a lot of cool people. I've got a tour tomorrow. I'm taking a whole big van full of people. We're gonna go a bunch of places up in Kyoto. I do a lot of Kyoto tours, a lot of Osaka tours, Kobe, Nara. I got into it because a buddy of mine, I came over here in construction and I was in the internet market. I've done a little bit of everything over here. And a buddy of mine started a tour company, and so I subcontract for him. I subcontract for a couple tour companies now, and I do my own tours. And it's a lot of fun. I mean, heck, I get to go to the places. I get to go to the places I like, and I get to share them with people, right? It's like I'm sharing my city and my favorite spots, like this, like this little shrine right here and things like that.
Yeah,
Um, just taking people to places like this and just telling them about Japan and about life here and stuff. People always have a lot of questions.
I
Um,
bet.
yeah, I mean, they're coming over from another country and they just want, like you just did about the litter. Yeah. I mean, there's so much. I know all the questions I had when I first came here, right?
Y-
We were totally lost back
Yeah,
then.
so you're not obviously Japanese, but how long did it take you before you felt competent to like lead a tour and give history lessons about stuff?
Well, I didn't really start doing that because I mean, the opportunity wasn't even there. I didn't even thought about it really until I'd been here. God, I guess 20 something or other years. I've been here 29 years now.
Oh, wow.
So I feel very confident.
Gotcha. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I started from day one. When I first got here, I was all by myself. Okay, I was single. I had a little tiny apartment downtown. On a Sunday when we weren't building houses, I had this old beat up old bicycle. Like we call them a mama chari, a mama bike, with the basket on the front and everything.
Yeah.
Just go and take off and explore. And I learned Osaka a lot. And then I started exploring other places. And so I actually now know places that my wife doesn't know. She grew up here.
Yeah, I that was the first thought as I was just Google mapping random Osaka streets. I was like, dude, I want to get on a bike and just cruise down this alley and stop into that bar and go to this like everything. It's fascinating to me.
Otherwise, I mean, it's just so much here.
So, one of the things that I've been encouraging people to learn or add to their, repertoire of things to offer as tour guides is something called forest bathing, which was kind of stolen from Japanese, where they call it Shinrin Yoku. Um, and Japanese just being super smart people and thinking about their employees. I think sometime in the 80s, as technology was going crazy, they started studying the ramifications and the physiological effects of being in factories and being detached from nature. And
Yeah.
so they started incorporating like parks and areas, and they started doing tests to see that it would make people happier and more productive employees. And just by not even extensive walking, like just literally being in proximity to trees.
Well, yeah. I mean, hey, look, here's my buddy right here,
And
right behind me. We actually, and the thing is too with trees. I mean, come to that, trees here, older trees always have spirits in them.
oh, what do you
Yeah.
mean by that?
It's called a kami. A kami is like a god or a spirit.
Okay.
So in the Shinto religion, kami are everywhere. That's why this shrine is here. There is actually inside here. Let's just walk over. You see the main shrine. There's nobody here right now. Behind in the main shrine, there's a kami or a god or a spirit enshrined in there. There's a little one off to the side over here. Sorry, I'm swinging around, but right behind me, there's a little one over there. Um, we're surrounded by gods, and
Interesting. How about
big rock.
is there ninjas in there?
One hiding in there, I never know. But yeah, I mean, it's the whole thing is like when you go, okay, there's a place down south of here. I take people down to there's an old, very old shrine, southern part of Osaka. It is established in the year 211, so it's over 1800 years old. There's a tree out back that's estimated to be between 900 and 1,000 years old, and you're surrounded by a bunch of old trees down there. When you go down there, even if there's a lot of people, you feel peaceful. You can feel it when you're walking there. I've had so many of my tour clients go, "Oh man, it just feels so peaceful here," and it is. I
Yeah.
mean, trees are a fantastic thing. You know, just being amongst trees. I hike as much as I can. You know, whenever I can get out into the forest, and
Yeah. When you do a walking tour, not a van tour, but a walking tour, like how many steps do you usually do in a day, do you think?
well, actually, I do both. I do walking and van tours, and even on a van tour, I've had people say, "Man, I didn't think we'd do this many steps because it'd be like 15,000 steps, right?"
Yeah. That's a lot for some people. And I mean, I did 16,000 steps yesterday and I didn't even feel like I did anything. But I just, the crazy thing is the more I track my steps with a device and the more I just kind of create habits that have me walk a little bit more.
Yeah.
Even if it's just parking further from the store and just all these little incremental changes, I noticed that I rack up 10,000 steps every day with almost out effort.
Exactly. Yeah. Well, yeah, I get a lot of people who be here and one of the comments I get a lot from people who come here is, "My God, you people eat a lot. Why why is everybody slim?" And I'm like, "Have you seen how much we walk today? And that's not even normal, you know, that's just an easy day today. Um,
Yeah.
and stairs. We are
Okay.
continually going up and down stairs.
Interesting. I wonder if is it hilly there or is that like a strategic thing?
So it's a bit hilly. Yeah. I mean, Osaka itself is flat. You know, we're in a river base, like a river delta here. That's why Osaka built up here. But I mean, I can hop on a train and pop out that way, and you know, within 40 minutes, I'm at a trailhead somewhere.
Gotcha.
Yeah,
Yeah, because I looked on here and it seems like you got to travel outside the city to get to like dense forest, don't you?
yeah. But because of our train system, I mean, we have like so many different train companies and a subway system that it's so easy to get anywhere. And I just hop on a train. We live less than 2 minutes from a train station.
Oh, cool.
Walk over to the train station, boom, and I'm off into the forest somewhere.
Do your trains go like 900 miles an hour?
Oh, the Shinkansen does, the bullet train, yeah, but the local trains don't do that.
Um, so how do you get clients for your tours?
Well, actually, I'm working on that right now. I'm actually going to set up a YouTube channel finally. I mean, I've been. The problem is that as of tomorrow, I'm doing tours and I am slammed. You know, like so it's. I think it's a problem where you end up so busy that you don't do any marketing, and
That's
then
good problem to have.
it is a good problem to have. Yeah, I'm not complaining about it. Just that there are sometimes when you need time to set things up. I did get some things ready. I shot some videos during February because it's a bit quieter, right? We got a few days off there, so just do some shooting and stuff like that. And like today, I'm off. Like actually today, I gotta go do my taxes this afternoon, so that's not fun.
Yeah. So the abundance of clients you have right now are these like subcontracted stuff you're getting from other companies?
I would say a lot are, yes. Yeah. Quite a lot of them are still with the original company that I first started doing some subcontracts for. I've got a lady up in Tokyo who sends me contracts, and I prefer hers to my own because I make the same amount of profit on one of her tours as I do on my own without all the paperwork and hassles, right? So I'm like, yeah, okay, I'll take that. So
That's
yeah,
great. So if you don't mind me asking, like how much do you make on your own tours?
I make about 5,000 an hour. Yen. Sorry, that's yen.
Dude, in American,
American might be about $40,
40 bucks an hour?
something like that.
And I imagine I mean, how many people are on the tours?
Oh, it depends. I mean, I've had single tours I could take up to 9 people when I'm doing a van tour because I could take one of the big vans. It's
Gotcha.
got these Toyota's got these fantastic things called a grand cabin. It's like driving a bus, and
Um,
they're nice vehicles.
so if you have 9 people on your tour, are you making more money?
No, no, no,
Oh, really? Oh, interesting.
no.
I
It's
get
about,
I get the feeling that
you know.
I get the feeling that you're really nice and aren't like raising your prices and trying to maximize every penny you could get out of this.
Nah, I don't. I enjoy life.
Yeah, I can tell. Yeah. Well, you know me, I'm Profit Buffett, so I'm like trying to figure out how
Yeah,
to make a bunch of money. Like, how do you make six, 700 bucks a day walking?
right. Yeah, exactly.
And
Yeah,
and it's definitely possible, you
yeah,
know, especially I would assume the people you're giving tours to are usually tourists, right?
yeah, yeah. Oh, yeah. No, I mean, it's all people coming in. I would say so. The breakdown is mainly Americans. I mean, that's the biggest, not the mainly, but that's the biggest number. Second number is Filipinos. Third is Australians. I get a lot of Filipinos. Filipinos are funny because they're a fun bunch. They usually come in a bigger group. They're all they just have a lot of fun, but they love taking photos and going shopping.
Yeah. What's the craziest thing you've ever had happen on one of your tours?
Craziest thing I've ever. Well, we lost a person.
Oh, that's pretty.
Yeah.
Did you find them?
Well, actually, what happened was we were doing a bus tour. Me and another guy, Lito. Actually also a Canadian. He's Canadian Filipino from Vancouver. He and I have done a few tours together, and we had a bus full of Filipinos. And well, at the end, we promised them we'd take them to a shopping center. They wanted to do some shopping, and we're like, oh yeah, there's an outlet mall near the airport. We're gonna pop in there. We went to the outlet mall, which is great. Husband and wife split up. The husband came back. The wife did not. That was a little bit of a panic because I've got this whole busload of people. I have to get back to the cruise ship before the cruise ship pulls out of the port.
Oh no.
So I left Lito with the husband. They didn't in the end they found her. They couldn't call her because she didn't have Wi-Fi.
Oh.
Yeah, she'd never set her Wi-Fi up, so her phone was dead. In the end, it turns out she went to the port. She got a taxi to the port they'd been the day before.
She went to the Japanese Thunder Down Under show.
Fortunately, she knew her husband's phone number and went to a payphone. I mean, I'd be screwed. I don't know my wife's phone number.
Yeah, I think I only know my best friend's mom's number from like 40 years ago. I don't know why I remember that one, but
Yep. I remember mine from the ranch in Kamloops, and that's over 50 years ago.
wow.
Yeah. That number is still in my head. It's the only number that's in my head for phone numbers.
So if somebody, let's say like somebody lived in somewhere like I don't know, like Cleveland, Ohio, not necessarily the kind of place where you would think of starting a tour, walking tour or something. Like, would you have any bits of advice for somebody?
Yeah. I mean, the thing is, sit down and think of what's interesting about your area, right? What kind of thing would people want to see? Like
Yeah.
here, okay, so Osaka. I will take people to Osaka Castle, of course, right? That's the first thing. It's the icon of the city. I know that that's something everybody wants to see. So I take them to the castle, but we don't go inside because it's just modern inside. It got rebuilt. Then I'm going to take them to an old, it's one of the oldest Buddhist temples. It's just up the road from here, actually, and things like that. So I've got it kind of mapped out an itinerary of places to take people that are interesting and yet
Mhm.
or a little varied too, because then we end up in a place called Shinsekai, which means new world, but it's actually like this amusement area that was built 120 years ago. Very colorful, very retro. So people get to see all these different aspects of Osaka City if they're doing an Osaka tour. If they're doing a Kyoto tour, I know that they're going to be mainly interested in things like yeah, temples. There's a lot of there's a 1600 over 1600 temples in Kyoto. So there's no
Whoa.
shortage of there. Oh, we'll take them to the most interesting ones. So yeah, if you're in Ohio, and by the way, Ohio means hello or good morning in Japanese, just for you
Oh,
old people.
I- what is I thought is mushi mushi how you answer the phone?
That's how you answer the phone. Yeah, yeah.
Okay,
I know we got different ways for everything.
interesting. Ohio.
Yeah,
So
and
what were you gonna say for somebody in Ohio?
well, it just if you're in Ohio, it's just to think about what is it that's what have you got there? What's interesting? I've never been to Ohio, so I can't really help you there.
Well, yeah, I used it because it's really not that eventful, and I, I
Yeah,
guess my thoughts would be, if you're in Cleveland, you have these sports fans that have not won in forever.
right. Yeah,
And so you could probably like mix together a drinking tour and a sports tour and talk about the Cleveland Indians and the Cavaliers. There's obviously the arenas and venues, and then there's probably some sports bars around or whatnot.
yeah.
Um, that would probably work out.
Well, I got a
What?
couple of friends here who do night tours in Osaka. And I mean, they're really popular. What you do is, here you take them to a couple of little, usually it's about like three eateries. Like one of the things we have here is called kushikatsu, where it's anything on a skewer, battered, breaded, and deep fried.
Mm.
That's always popular.
Yeah, I was thinking a sake tour would probably do great.
Oh, yeah, yeah. Sake is always involved.
Yeah, but I mean, but actually pitching it as the sake tour because
Yep, yep.
there's implied shenanigans that are going to go on
Yeah.
later in the evening.
I take people actually on one of my day tours over in Kobe. I take them to a sake brewery museum. It's really cool. It's like the old brewery they turn into a museum, and they get to taste test afterwards. Except for me, because I'm the driver, so they give me a little sticker.
Oh my
But
gosh, dude.
everyone loves it.
Here's where my stupid brain is. It's like you take them on a sake tour, and then in one of the last stops, you have like a couple of like the dishwasher guys in the back, and I saw you had like a katana or a sword, a Japanese sword on your Facebook, and those guys come out and like fake a argument, and they do a choreographed like ninja sword thing.
Sure. Yeah. Hey, there used to be a really cheesy place up in Tokyo I went to a few times called the Robot Restaurant.
Okay.
And these massive robots would be in it. They always pick some girl from the audience to put a pair of boxing gloves on her and put her up against this massive robot. And of course she wins.
Was the girl a plant?
No, no, it's just they just grab something from the
Oh,
audience.
oh, cool. Awesome.
Yeah.
That's
Unfortunately,
funny.
it didn't survive COVID. It's gone, but it was a fun place. Like just weird stuff like that. So it was always a laugh. And actually, I'm gonna go down. I've been offered a free go in and join in with a sumo place down here because they want me to come have a look because they know I'm a tour guide and they want me to bring people there. So I'm gonna be checking that out on a day off. There's all kinds of little events. Kyoto's got a lot of events like tea ceremonies and kimono things. And we just did a gyoza making thing. Me and another guy from here, we shot some video there. So we made our own gyoza.
I think, dude, I think if you did a YouTube stuff and you already have experience from doing the cooking shows and stuff, so you're great on camera, um, I bet you would book a lot of clients from that.
Yeah.
And that would be, it'd be, man, I'm drawing a blank. I hear my kid crying in the background. What's your favorite part of doing the tours?
Oh man, it's hard to say. So I like all of it, but I guess I don't know. I guess just the interaction with the people, is
Yeah. What
because
would you
I,
say?
I get some
uh,
good. I mean, okay, I've had maybe two bad tours, with people who are just like I think it's really what's that word where everything's for you. Can't think of the name right word right.
Selfish?
It starts with the E. My English goes some days, man. Entitled, entitled.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, some really entitled people. And so you get little things like that. But I've done what? God, over 1,000 tours now.
Wow.
Yeah. I
What
mean, I was looking at it the other day. I was like, hundreds, hundreds, hundreds. It's crazy. Um,
is is there anything as far as from the booking to the delivery and getting people back that's ever been kind of a point of friction or a thing that you don't like that you figured out a way to make it better?
um, Not really. No, I mean, sometimes there's a problem with the early not connection, you know, because people, the way we here in Japan we use Line. The rest of the world uses WhatsApp, right?
Okay.
So that's my way of being able to connect with people out on the road. And when I first, like, especially when I'm doing it for another company, like they'll give me their phone number. I go to I always send them a message the day before, this is your guide, Kevin Riley. I'll be meeting you at your lobby at so and so time. But there's some people who don't have WhatsApp, or they just never even check their WhatsApp. And now I'm showing up at their hotel going, "Ooh, I hope I can find these people, right?"
Oh,
I
yeah.
don't know what they look like. If they haven't got a message for me, they don't know what I look like.
Yeah.
My own customers know what I look like because they've seen me on video. But so that can be sometimes a bit of a point of friction, is just trying to get that early connection. What I do then, of course, is I just go to the hotel front desk, get them to call the room. I did have once where even if they weren't at the room, so it's just like, okay, I hope we meet up.
Yeah, you kind of maybe need like parrot head tours where everyone wears something silly or something. Like,
Yeah.
um, speaking of hotels, it brought an idea to me. Do you think that it would make sense for people in their cities to approach hotels and say like, "Hey, I offer these tours. Let's offer them to to your tenants or people staying, and we could, split the bill."
Most definitely. It's a great idea. There's quite a few companies, the bigger companies here do that. I go to the hotels, I see their brochures there. And especially a lot of things like the different experiences, like the samurai experience. There's a samurai ninja place up in Kyoto. Um, all those tea ceremony places and all that. They're getting their brochures in at the hotels. It's a great idea because
Yeah,
I'm not myself. I'm not going to go that big. I mean, I need more employees, and I really don't want to deal with employees. I've done
totally.
that in my life. I'm at a stage in my life where I don't want to deal with employees.
Dude, 100%. I totally hear you, man. When you said the word tea, that sparked another. A tea tour would be fantastic. I
I
remember, I've never had coffee in my whole life. I did get hooked on this stupid stuff, caffeine. I don't even want to I'm going to blur that out so they don't get a good ad. Um, but I never even had tea either until like in my 30s. I went on a date with a gal who had like all these specialty teas, and she knew everything about all the herbs and all these things. And it was wild. I was like, I didn't know that people were that involved in tea, and they absolutely are. And I think a tea tour would be amazing.
Yeah. You should, I mean, you see the one cupboard at our house. Reiko is heavily into, she's got a whole bunch of teas going all the time. I just sit back and wait for what she brings me, because she'll
Perfect.
plop them down beside me. Here you go. I've got made some tea. We drink a lot of tea. But yeah, I've taken people. So there's a place outside of Kyoto called Uji.
Hmm.
Uji is like a I guess you call it a suburb of Kyoto. And that's where they grow tea out there. And it's really interesting because I've done the tea tour where I've taught people all about the tea out there, because when tea came to Japan, they changed it. Like Japan does this with everything, right? It's like, let's make it better. What they did was they found out if they covered the tea with a cloth, they could block the sunlight and force it to create more chlorophyll. So some of the tea is grown that way to make matcha and to make
Oh,
something called gyokuro. and it's really good. And then the other tea is the stuff that we drink every day. And we go out there, we see there's a cool temple out there, and then we go to this place where we brew our own tea. And it's really cool. People love it. They're just learning all about the tea. So yeah, there's so many different things you can do. And like, okay, Ohio, let's go back to Ohio. This is just my image of Ohio. Like I said, I grew up on a cattle ranch in Canada, right?
Okay.
We moved from Switzerland, we moved to Kamloops, BC. Grew up in the cattle ranch. Well, I mean, tourists to the cattle ranch stuff. Somebody was, the next year I've taken people up here to the Kobe cattle farm to see and learn about the Kobe beef. Things like that.
Oh,
It's always something that people want to
so
learn about.
dude, yeah, I mean, especially with the amount of people that have recently watched the Yellowstone on Netflix and
Oh yeah.
stuff, and if there's city slickers just going even to some podunk like cattle ranch is probably a cool
Oh,
trip.
oh yeah. I mean, that's been forever. I mean, up in the Caribou part of British Columbia, I used to get the dude ranches, where people would come and spend like a couple days and, go out and ride a horse, herd some cattle or something like that.
That'd be
And
great to put. That'd be great to put some of them entitled folks out there and have them to shovel some manure.
it'll be good. Yeah, yeah. Well, we used to get people coming. I mean, because we had 300 head of cattle.
Wow.
We had branding time, and we'd during branding time, people would come from the city just to watch and see how it all happened, right?
Wow.
Uh, the best part ever though was you know what we do with branding, right? One of the things is we castrate all the cows, the bull cows, right? Because that way they become steers and they'll get bigger and bulkier for beef. But we fry up all those little testicles with garlic
Oh.
and butter. So we had these people in our kitchen. We had this big old ranch kitchen, and we had these people in the kitchen. This lady had one, and she goes, "That's quite good." And the old cowboy just kind of drawls. He goes, "Have another. They come in pairs." That's when it dawned on her what she just eaten.
Oh man, that's great. Wow. So do you foresee yourself continuing to do the tours for an extended amount of time? I mean, you're obviously not a spring chicken, but I would imagine it keeps you young doing it, doesn't it?
Yeah, yeah. I mean, yeah, I'm 68 now, and I don't feel that.
What do you feel?
I feel more like a teenager.
Yeah, I would say 16. I
Yeah,
think we're perpetual 16-year-olds.
yeah. I think. Well, Rick and I, we were just talking about this the other night because we don't have kids. We've got a guinea pig, and we're like, it's great not having kids. We don't have to grow up. We're like the two of us. I mean, we're just like kids sometimes, right?
Yeah, that's great.
Um, yeah, I'm walking every day. I mean, this is the big thing, right? Doing the tours. I'm out walking, and like I was just in the gym yesterday. I box, so I was in there pounding the bag, and as I'm doing some waist twists, I see myself in the mirror and I can see the muscles in my legs. I'm like, oh shit, they're really good
Yeah.
shape, you know? Um, so yeah, I mean, I see myself doing this for a long time. I do have, me, I mean, internet marketing and all. I'm an entrepreneur at heart have been all my life. There's always something I want to try. I do have a bit of ADHD, I'm sure. I was never diagnosed or anything, but I can't. I'm like, this is interesting. I want to do this. I want to do that. I'm off on
Yeah.
something. And I am playing around with an idea for a math program for kids because I love math and stuff like that. So I'm probably gonna get going on that, but I'm still gonna do tours too. Might not do every day, but I like doing them. So
Yeah.
I really enjoy doing this. So you gotta do
Um,
it, you know.
I've been like contemplating this idea. I call it task stacking. Anytime that you can do like multiple tasks at once, um, and walking is such a great one. So whether it's, listening to a podcast that
Oh
you
yeah.
would maybe you would normally do it sitting in a chair or on the couch, or even business calls, that
Yep.
you can be doing on the headset, or whatever. Like walking just lends itself to be able to do multiple things at once. And especially too, like if you're like me and you don't go to the gym and you're not going to go to the gym,
Yeah. Yeah.
it's a chance to get in that bit of exercise.
Oh
And
yeah.
I just love walking because it's like 99% of people are not going to go to CrossFit. They're not going to show up even to their gym membership. But getting them to walk is something they can be like, okay, I can try that. We are already doing it on some level,
Yeah. I think
but
another thing too, like you said, you're listening to podcasts while you're walking, is that just that circulation, right? We learn better.
oh yeah.
You know, you're just like you get the circulation going, your brain's more active and everything. You're gonna be learning better than you are just sitting.
Yeah, I've gotten to a point now, like if I'm walking through like a neighborhood or an industrial area or something that just isn't aesthetically very appealing, I'll
Yeah,
listen to it. But in the moment I get around trees and stuff, like the podcast now comes out and
yeah,
all of the task stacking and trying to do multiple things. I'm like, no, let's just marinate in this forest. And
exactly.
I think there's benefits to all of it, but I'm really enjoying the whole less is more kind of thing right now.
Yeah, when I'm out, like, yeah, out in the forest over here, or in the farmland, or up in the rice fields or whatever. Yeah, same. I just want to enjoy nature around me and the sounds and everything. Definitely.
Yeah. Well, hey man, I appreciate you hopping on here and I'd love to pay attention a little bit more, particularly if you get your YouTube going up. I want to
Yeah.
see how that goes, and if you want any feedback, I'd be happy to give some too, because my brain can't shut off with that kind of stuff, and that's
Yeah.
that's
Uh,
kind of what our whole group Walk Profits is all about. Is just supporting people like yourself who are doing these because the ramifications are just so huge and the ripple effects beyond you being able to make a living. Like you're teaching people, you're making them healthy. And from that, the people that they come in contact to are getting a better version of them
yeah.
too. So it's just, there's so many positive attributes of walking and things that happen afterwards that I just want to be supportive of anybody doing it.
Cool. Yeah.
Is that snow behind you or no? Oh no, okay. It
No,
was
it's just clear.
gotcha.
Something like snow here. You know what these things are?
I do not.
Yeah, you see this at all temples and shrines. So this is when you come, especially at New Year. So New Year for us is really big, right? Christmas is just Christmas Eve. I mean, we don't have we don't have a day off at Christmas or anything like that. But New Year's is big. And one of the things you do when you go to the shrine for your first shrine visit of the year is you get yourself a fortune telling strip.
Mm.
If your fortune telling strip is good, you keep it. If it's bad, you tie it up here and ask the God to make it better.
Oh, interesting. It reminds me of an invention I came up with once called unfortune cookies.
Love it.
And I just was like, it'd be so fun to sit in the back of a Chinese restaurant and when people open up their unfortunates and be like, oh, you'll get hit by a bus and,
Yep.
and just see people's reactions.
Yeah. Yeah, we have different levels of how lucky you're going to be or whatever. So,
Yeah, so everybody, if you want to check out Kevin's tours, it's at osakadaytours.com. I can guarantee just from what I know of Kevin, if you're in town and you want to hang out with him for a day, you're going to have a fantastic time. I appreciate you hopping on here, man, and sharing with us. And I
oh,
wonder if I will ever get to Japan.
oh, I wish you would.
I I would have told you no an hour ago, but after going on Google Maps here, I just want to. I don't like sake, but I like to get intoxicated and ride scooters around new cities. And
We got
this looks so enjoyable.
we got those loops here. Those are fun.
What is a loop?
The loop, the loop. It's like this the stand-up scooters.
Okay.
And you
Yeah.
can, like I've got the app here on my phone, and what I could do is I can unlock one. When I'm gonna just run some errands around, I want to just quickly zip around. I'll hop on one and zip around the town. It's so much fun.
They are so much fun. And like when I ride them, like I pretend I'm like the Duke boys and like all rules are gone. And
Right.
I'm like, try to catch me, coppers. Ah. Yeah, perpetual 16-year-olds.
Oh yeah, definitely.
So thanks, buddy. I appreciate your time. And
Awesome.
yeah, I look forward to seeing the YouTube come up.
All right, yeah, hopefully soon. I got a
Cool.
bunch of video shots, so I just gotta get my button gear and get it out there, eh?
Awesome, man.
All right.
Take care.
All right. Bye.